What is up, everybody? This is going to be a review for January 7th. It's going to be an ugly one, but don't worry. We'll learn from it. So as you can see, it's a down day. I only took 5 trades. The previous day on the 6th, I overtraded. So to nip that in the ass, I decided to limit myself to 5 trades no matter what. But if you look at them, hold on real quick. Sorry about that. My allergies are killing me. I did not trade today. In fact, this particular trading day, I wasn't doing so well. Uh, Austin, Texas is notorious for our cedar, which is a type of tree, and I don't know. It's like an M. Night Shyamalan movie that the trees are trying to kill you. And if you don't have allergies, you will definitely get them when you come out here. It's so bad. My eyes are itchy and watering, and I don't stop sneezing. I just feel like shit. And it's even when you take medicine, you're still not 100%. So trading with itchy eyes can be very difficult. And if you take too much of some type of medicine, you just can't trade at peak performance. And I definitely feel that this has been an issue. Not 100%, but it definitely doesn't help. As you can see, some of these trades, this one I had a 14-tick winner, and I broke even on it. So, problem with what I'm starting to learn here is I'm trading multiple contracts, and I feel like trading multiple contracts is actually easier than trading one, in the sense that I need to start developing the muscle memory of scaling out on the initial move and at least take something off the table. I'm either really good at scalping, which if I do too much of that, I end up over trading. I also like to try to position myself in the longer term moves, but sometimes they just end up coming back on top of me, and I either take a small win, loss, or a break even. Even this one, I was up 9 ticks and took a break even. So we'll go over these trades, and I think since I was only trading 2 this particular day, I should have took one of them off, and it would have been a better day. Obviously, I immediately lost. So we'll see what happens, because I don't remember. So we're going to review this. But don't worry, there's a happy ending. So far on the 8th, I do pretty good on the 8th. So there's that. So this is going to be my second down day in the week. But the 8th was definitely better. So we'll save that for that day. So the first trade, let me go back. It's a minute 53 seconds. This is going to be a quick one. Goes against me 7, goes in my favor 3. It's a short. Let's see what happens here. So this is literally at the open. And it looks like I'm trying to short this break out of the profile. A little bit hesitant about it. I mean, you can see that how it's climbing up, and it's just not taking it out as fast as I would hope. Here we go. We kind of got dropped in. It dropped in quite a bit, quite quickly. So it's starting to look good here. 35 where I'm front running this large size. It looks like it's going to go, right? But just because you're front running large size doesn't mean that's going to happen. It's just the hesitation here It's pretty bad. Got quite a bit of blue on the tape. I mean, buyers are absorbing. That's what's happening. Looked like I tried to get out there. Yeah, I tried to get out right down here. Right there. I should have got out of that. It just doesn't look good. You can see how the profile is building up here. I mean, for a morning trade out, if this thing was going to go, it needed to go a little quicker than that. There's a lot of back and forth. I'm thinking, all right, it could bounce off this low node. You can see I'm covering up here, so that's kind of my risk. It's building a bell curve right here. So my thought is, okay, so it tested down here, pulled back up, tested the low node, came back down. So there's a pretty good chance this thing can break right here. It's just not happening. But, I mean, for this entire day, I'm looking for the long-term picture. I'm not trying to take scalps, which, again, when I'm not taking quick scalps, especially at the open, I tend to get burned. So this was a problem on the 2nd, which was the first day of the challenge for me, and I remedied that problem the following day by taking quick scalps, which was for the 3rd, I believe. This is where I got to get out. It's just not good anymore at this point. So that's what was my risk zone. Does it fall back in? Let's see here. No, it definitely goes up. You can see I got into a trade there, which is a really good trade, but I let it come back in on me, so 833 was the trade. So, yeah, it's a long, at this point, it's a 5-minute trade. Goes against me 3, goes in my favor 14 whopping ticks. So let's see how I fucked this one up. So this is the last trade we just looked at. I was expecting this overnight low to hold too. You can see there's size here, and it's sort of looks like it's trying to hold it down. So that's part of why I stayed in it, and it went away. So I go long here. We cross this low node threshold. Clearly, it's not going to go down any further. We should at least test this VPOC. So there's a little something in there for me. So you can see that low node's holding at the 38.25. Seller threw in a 100 block. Not phasing the market. Just these block orders aren't on the sell side, are not phasing the market down here. Now they could phase right here. Obviously the sellers are being very aggressive. It is 3 minutes after the open, so of course the volume's going to be high. There it goes, as predicted. It's going to be a problem right here. And the thing is, since we got rejected at the bottom, There's a high probability it's going to actually cross the VPOC and test at least to this low node at 4150. So it kind of bounced right here. That's okay. You know, you had size that was there that sort of bounced it in. Here's a low node, and you can see it's holding there. But the buying pressure is so immense up there. There we go. Right here would be a good spot to just take one of these contracts off. Sellers are definitely digging in here. I know this low node, this higher node's gonna, obviously it's a problem. And it's just the way it's absorbing, and they're throwing these blocks. You can see they're throwing a lot of blocks right here. That's a clear sign that the sellers are willing to defend that area, which they weren't throwing as many aggressive blocks as they at the bottom as they were up here. So this is the time to sort of ring the cash register there. They're throwing just more and more blocks here, and again, it's the open, so you got to be a little quicker about processing this information and getting out slightly quicker. That's why the open, I think, is better for micro scalps. Yeah, you can get in position for some pretty big moves on the open because it's so volatile. So naturally, your moves are going to go further quicker. You can see I'm being patient on this one, which a lot of people say you need to be patient, but god damn it, sometimes you just got to take the money off the table. And I'm starting to become more and more of a patient trader that it's just like I get burnt quite a bit because of that. I leave copious amounts of ticks on the table. So since I'm doing this challenge trading multiple contracts, I need to start developing the habit of taking some off the table. It just makes sense. So I'll be getting out of this in 1 minute. So the problem here is we tested way up here, which is kind of where the bell curve tapers, and we've bounced down to the VPOC. We've came back up to a lower high. This is sides that it's going to go back down. Now it could chop around in here and then go back up, but this is a little, look how it's just melting down. Look how red the blocks are on this tape. Clearly there's no big buyers at all, and there hasn't really been as many big buyers as sellers. I'm hoping this 300 saves me, but it's gone now. Trying to get one tick out of it. I end up breaking even. And there it goes. Sucks, but it happens to all of us, right? Look, here goes more again. This is where it's going to break out. So let's look at the next trade. Now, it may not break out. We don't know how far it'll break out. It could be a few ticks or who knows. So the next trade is a short. It's 21 seconds. It goes in my favor 5, goes against me 1. Let's see what I did wrong. So I'm about to immediately get into a trade. I get in here. It looked like I was So I know that at the, I just got out of that one. So I tried to catch it there. I knew it was going to go, so I ended up catching this bottom here. Look at the large size at 35 even. So again, we're breaking through by only a few ticks. I'm like, all right, I'm trying to hold this thing for a really big breakout, but clearly it's not there. We're not even testing 35 where this large size is, so that's an issue. Buyers are obviously more aggressive down here. So I broke even right there. Looks like I'm trying to get back in, so let's look at the next trade. Again, this is the next trade. This goes in my favor 5, goes against me 3. So now now I ended up getting in at a worse price. Kind of got whipsawed by the price action there, but it looks good for a breakout. We just got to get through this size at 35 even. Which it does go through. It's just like, there it goes. But it's such a hard struggle down here. There we go. Now we got this 439 I got to get through. They're really stacking here, but decided to break even on it. I would have to say the previous day definitely affected me a bit. And this one's 1:31, so I should be getting out here. Yep, there it is. All right, last trade. Quick one, man. Fuck. This one goes in my favor 9 and goes against me a whopping 7. It is a 6 minute and 2 seconds short at 43, so just not one of those days where you can take a very long hold, at least for me. So I'll be getting in this trade here in the next 3 minutes or 2 minutes. Let's see. So I should be jumping at this thing. It is a short. So it looks like I go for this size right here. That was bouncing the market. It does look like a good short. Just the way this price action was, it makes sense to go for this. See what happens. Kind of waiting for more of a break, so I take it there. And again, we got a node building up, and this is yesterday's point of control, so that could have actually been a shitty spot. So naturally, it could be harder to get through here. So that's exactly what's happening. So it looks like my risk is up there at 35.75. Where you see the mouse, that's a lot of risk for this trade. But that's the only spot where there's bigger nodes to lean on. You can see that it's just absorption, and buyers are fighting really well every step of the way. I mean, yeah, they're losing, but this market can only push down so much on this particular day because of how aggressive the buyers are being. So again, this goes against me 7 ticks. And my risk is right up here where you see the mouse at 35.50. I'm leaning on that higher node, and just like that, it does what it's supposed to. And it acts as resistance. Is it going to act as resistance on the next test up? Well, I don't know. So here we go for it again. Boom. There we go. That's what I wanted. It's going to go my favorite 9 ticks. It's a little frustrating right there. You can see how the sellers have really been throwing in a lot of size on the tape. Problem is, buyers are taking it all. Should go down a few more ticks before it reverses. And the thing is, if I would have took a contract off right there, you could have been up a point or more at this particular trade. This is why I think trading multiple contracts is easier, because you can at least scale out, which is something isn't new for me. I understand scaling out, but I've never done it. So I'm going to have to start doing it. So, I mean, for the most part, these have all been pretty good trades. Just, I'm not taking the money off the table for these things. So, I would say today would have been a great day if I would have just took the damn money off the table for all of them and stuck to my stuck to what I know, and that's to micro scalp the open like this. So I get out at 8:49. So in a few minutes. And then that will be the last trade. Not much to really commentate on this other than you kind of just have to let it work its way out. You can see that 1 minute stochastic's oversold and it looks like it's starting to roll, and I think that's what kills me. So at this point, I don't even think it's going to go back down any further. Yeah, I'm going to jump out of it here in the next minute. So you can see this higher node starting to kind of hold it down at 32.75. And this is where I bail it, right there. And I'm out for another break even. Where does it go from this point forward? I know I cut this shit off. Yeah, I think it ends up going up for the day. So that was that. I said 5 trades. I took 5 trades. Left a lot of money on the table, but you know, all I can do is learn from this. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that shorter trade review there. The next day will be a happy ending. Didn't trade Thursday, which is currently today, and I'll be trading tomorrow no matter what. And hopefully Friday will get me further along in this journey. If not, you know, what can I do about it other than learn?